Hey man, what it do YouTube? It's your boy back again with my video you did. Black Ops 7 did the reveal. They had a little blog post. Shout out to Expresso. Shout out to Expresso. He gonna show you everything that has to deal with that multiplayer. I want y'all to listen because I already did just watch it, so it ain't gonna be new to me. But I ain't gonna talk about it. Let's get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? The game looking Gucci. I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited. I'm a real gamer. I'm not one of them fake. Oh, this look trash. I ain't even played the game yet. That's dumb. That's dumb. Dumb. Come on now, let's get to it. What's all like you? I want y'all to see some of this if I haven't seen it.
So it's multiplayer reveal day for Black Ops 7. COD Next is next week, and this time around, after 3 iterations, they decided, let's drop our information ahead of time this time around. So this week we've got COD reveals, also some cool stuff with Battlefield 6 for those not necessarily interested in Black Ops 7 this coming week. But today we're taking a look at Black Ops 7 and what was learned. Drop your thoughts, drop a like, and make sure to subscribe to stay updated with all things FPS content. Between Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders, and then Black Ops 7, not entirely sure when I'm going to sleep getting all that playtime and grinding out the games, plus making content on all 3 of those in the next few months. But I welcome that challenge and would love to have you guys along for the ride. But anyways, let's get into it. So personally speaking, to start, I wasn't necessarily wowed with the trailer itself. I did appreciate that there were no cinematics, but instead it was 100% gameplay, which
is regular Call of Duty. We've been through this with. In their 30 years, it's regular Call of Duty at the end of the day, but I do like the new features that they have.
I guess then loses some of the air quote like flair on it, but I do really like what we saw in the blog post. What they posted is everything that I had hoped they'd lead off with. And while I get it super early by comparison to showcase multiplayer,
got that Sonic racing. I might have to caught that too. I ain't gonna lie. Come on, man. They gotta catch up, not me.
That early on in the August reveal. This is the kind of stuff that we talked about in our video that I'm like, this would have been nice to know as the context instead of the mind-bending sort of trailer that we had for the campaign. This blog post was actually really insightful and offers up a ton of information ahead of time that we didn't quite get to see yet, and that otherwise we often wouldn't see until closer to the launch of the game still. Today we're taking a higher level approach to everything just because of how much there really is to discuss, but following videos will dive deeper into specifics that we can't cover all in one spot. Like tomorrow, I think we have a breakdown and deep dive of the camos in progression because that has a few changes that I think are honestly really good if you're interested in Black Ops 7. I know that right up front, not everybody will be, and that's totally fine. But for those that are, there is some cool stuff buried amongst all of this. Start out with maps though, because one thing that I was actually kind of surprised with is they showcased all 18 maps that we'll end up seeing for Black Ops 7's launch. These include Scar, Homestead, Blackheart, Den, Colossus, Toshin, Flagship, Retrieval, Paranoid.
And they all look good. I ain't gonna lie, they all got their own style. They all got their own, you know what I'm saying? Shit dig. You feel me? Every map looks different. The one thing about IW games, all the maps look the same. And that's the same for Black Ops 6 because it didn't feel like a Treyarch game. All the maps look the same, feel the same, you know what I'm saying, play the same. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully when we get our hands on it, it looks high. It looks how it looks on here. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I gotta get me a new monitor. I ain't gonna lie.
The Forge, Exposure, Cortex, Imprint, Raid, Express, and Hijacked, along with the skirmish maps of Mission Tide and Mission Edge. Now these, one of the big things out of Black Ops 6 was the sort of concern of an overabundance of small maps. Now, there are a few small maps that we see listed for launch, 2 of which are playable in the beta, but there's only 5 maps of the 18 that we have at launch that are designated as small maps. You have 5 small maps, 10 medium maps, 1 large 6v6 map, and then...
I like that. Medium maps play better. Look at maps like Standoff, Raid, Express. Let's go back. Combine. Is that what they call it? Combine? Black Ops 3? What's that one map? Damn. They had it as a DLC and they had a sandstorm in it for no reason. That map was good. MWMD. I say MW. WMD. Yemen even. Ray, you see that? What are some other maps? I can't really think right now of maps. But the medium sized maps would do way better. Not 2019 trash ass 2019 fat ass maps with 1600, you know what I'm saying, waves of interest, you feel me? But the medium maps do way better. It's just the prime Call of Duties, MW2 original, MW3 original, Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4 had medium sized maps in the games, which was all flowable, you feel me?
two large skirmish maps of Mission Edge and Mission Tide, those being 20v20. So naturally, being larger than something you'd see like a Stakeout or something like that. So you're not going to see anything even remotely close in that game mode to the size and scale of what we see for most Black Ops 6 maps. But 10 medium maps of Exposure, Imprint, The Forge, Caution, Colossus, Den, Homestead, Scar, Express, and Raid, I think is definitely a nice sort of opposite side of the coin for what we saw with Black Ops 6, because we had so many things that seemed like meat grinder maps within Black Ops 6 that this should open things up a little bit and make the pace of play a little more bearable for a lot of people. Yeah. Now, until we get hands-on with all of these, we don't quite know. With the fact of Express and Raid being medium-sized maps, those being sort of good markers for what we know of those sizes and how we've seen them play in the past, I think, personally speaking, those are some of the blueprints for map sizing. So to have 10 maps like that, I can definitely get on board with. Small maps, again, we don't quite know the sizing for Black Ops 7 and what that will entail, whether it be something like a Stakeout that is a much smaller map, or if it's something that's still designated like a Subsonic as a smaller map, which is still small, but it's bigger than Stakeout. Also pleasantly surprised they went into sort of depth with all of these maps. The one thing that is missing is specific layouts of these maps, but you get details and information about each of these already well before the launch of the game. Like, we still have almost 2 months to go until the game launches, so can appreciate that. Let's talk about weapons next, because they also detailed a ton of weapons that we'll have here in the beta and on offer at launch. For assault rifles, you have the M15 Mod 0, the MXR-17, the Peacekeeper. For assault rifles, you have the M15.
I'm sick. They made a marksman rifle game. If we didn't have this marksman rifle BS, bro, that bit would have been an error, bro. I'm about to go stupid dummy loco, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I always do. I'm the greatest. Nah. But no, I'm really good at the game. I don't put a lot of time in here. The people that's hating on this game and you didn't even play it yet, bro. I know you just ass as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all finna go to Battlefield 6 and do the same shit. Nothing. Y'all finna stink up the goddamn place. But now, since there's so many players, it's not really focused on. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go in Battlefield 6 and go stupid dummy loco. I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna go there, smack some niggas like it was nothing. I was doing it in the beta. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it when the game fully released. But this game right here is a little bit more compact, a little bit more. There's just two different feels to Battlefield. You see, got that big boom, 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 tanks and shit. That's what I'm gonna be playing that shit for. I'm gonna be playing this for the streaks. I like that it got two different vibes, like how I did back in the day. Battlefield 4, Black Ops 2. One's futuristic, a little bit more faster paced, a little bit more compact, streak intense. And then you had the other one, a little bit more open. Longer matches, destruction. Gaming is back. Shout out to GTA. Shout out to GTA, man.
Mod 0, the MXR-17, the Peacekeeper Mark 1, and they said to expect 3 additional assault rifles for the launch of Black Ops 7. SMGs, you have the Graz 45K, the Dravik 45, and the Razor 9mm with...
Somebody said this was the PDW. It don't look like the PDW, but it looked like the PDW. I ain't gonna lie.
3 additional SMGs at launch. Shotguns, you have the M10 Breacher, the Echo 12, and an additional shotgun at launch yet to be named. LMGs, you have the Mark 78 and an additional LMG at launch. So unfortunately, only 2 LMGs at launch, it seems like, for Black Ops 7. Marksmans, you have the M8A1 returning. Cannot wait to use that thing again. My beloved from Black Ops 2. And then 2 additional marksman rifles coming at launch. Sniper rifles, you have the VS Recon, which they detailed back in August to us was modeled after the DSR to be very akin to that. So nice to see. And you have the XR3 Ion, which is a 3-round burst sniper rifle.
Ooh, fucking, when I seen this gun, I knew it was like the PDW. Not the PDW. The PO6 from Black Ops 3. I knew he was gonna have one of the, I knew he was gonna have one. I knew he was gonna have one of these type of guns in the game. So it looked like it shoot, spin again. Yeah, it's like the PO6. If you play Black Ops 3, PO6, that shit was deadly as hell. 3-round burst sniper rifle that can shoot from long distance. Come on now, that shit gonna be broke as hell. And especially if you can take this off, reflex, elo back in the game. Nigga, nuke incoming, bro. That shit about to be broke as hell.
Play Black Ops 3, you'll probably remember it being akin to the PO6. They did say there's 1 additional sniper rifle coming at launch, and then you have the pistols of the Jaeger 45, the Coda 9, and an additional pistol coming after that. Launchers, you have the AR.
Oh, that's the Cat 40
Jaeger
right
45,
there.
the Coda.
That's the Cat 40 right there, man.
A 9 and an additional pistol coming after that. Launchers, you have the ARC or ARC Mark 1 and one additional launcher there. Melees, you have the Flatline Mark 2 and an additional melee weapon coming at the launch as well. They also showcased a little bit about weapon build sharing, where this is a new feature for Black Ops 7 that you
like
can.
This mode too. I like this shit. So when I do my little content videos, you ain't gotta goddamn do that shit. Because I remember taking niggas classes to try them out for myself and shit. I had to do that. So y'all can copy that. You know, take a little second, copy that straight down. I'm rocking with that. But I ain't gonna lie, my loop of games this year gonna be Gucci. From Black Ops 7 to Battlefield to 2K and Madden to Arc Riders. Oh shit, my fault. To Arc Riders to GTA 6. That's 6 games already. And then I got the games in between, like the new Ghost of Tsushima that's finna come out at 7. Like, come on now. Like, god damn, I'm a gamer for real. Shit.
End up sharing a build code with someone, and it will immediately input it into your weapon customization. Of course, pending unlocks and things like that. Like if you don't have a specific attachment unlocked, it won't automatically apply it to that build, but it would add everything else alongside that. This being just a way to share customization, and honestly, I think a really nice feature. We rarely do class setups anymore. Like we usually do like one a season or something like that, but I'm looking forward to being able to share that kind of stuff with you just right out of the gate. But talking about customization, let's talk a little bit about the creative class, UI improvements, perks, specialties, all that kind of stuff. So firstly, the UI of the creator class looks, I think, so much better. Reminds me a lot of Black Ops 3 mixed with a more modernized perspective of how things have gone in recent years. But I do like this UI a lot better than what we see with the last couple. For your gunsmith, to start, you are going to end up having basically the same gunsmith you're used to with Black Ops 6. You end up having those 5 attachments. If you take the wild card of gunfighter, you end up having 8 attachments available to work with. So that stuff stays the same. Nothing you really have to worry about learning new there. Perks, we end up learning about all of our perks actually within Black Ops 7, plus a little bit about their new specialty system. So to start,
I wish it was like Black Ops 2, since it is a Black Ops 2 sequel. And for the people that didn't play Black Ops 2, basically all red perks was in perk 1, all blue perks perk 2, all green perks perk 3. But still with this, you're gonna have to pick. So I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? You got your lightweight, you got your dexterity, but also you got ninja and ghost, 2 important perks. So now with this, I want y'all to think in mind of perk layouts. Think of it just like loadouts, but have a different perk have a different class for different things. Please do that. I remember doing that shit in Black Ops 2 heavily.
Perk 1 slots include Gung Ho, Dexterity, Lightweight, Cold-Blooded, Ghost, Ninja, Tech Mask, Flak Jacket, and Shadow. All of those being some form of another perk you've seen before. The only one you might not know offhand is Shadow, which is undetectable by enemy traps and mines. Tac Mask is now Tech Mask. But perk 2, you end up having Scavenger, Assassin, Close Shave, Hunter's Instinct, Vigilance, Blast Link, Engineer, Fast Hands, and Gearhead. Again, only one of these being something that's like brand new per se, or you might not recognize a whole ton, that being Blast Link, which your explosive damage will mark enemies on your minimap, granting this benefit to all allies. And you can earn additional score when they deal explosive damage. Your perk 3 slot will include Tac Sprinter, Bankroll, Bruiser, Looper, Vendetta, Tracker, Quartermaster, Charge Link, and Guardian. This having a couple of new
Looper. I'm a Pub Stomper kid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I watched Octane video earlier, bro. We on that same shit, bro. Pub stomping bum ass niggas like y'all out there, man. Shout out to the good niggas, man. You know who you are. You ain't gotta say nothing. People, I'm good. You're not good at all. Looper, definitely. I'm running perk grade. You're gonna see that shit on every class or not. But the other 3 gonna be a little bit different. Other 3 perks on each class are gonna be different. But this Looper shit, I need that. A lot of y'all niggas can't drop UAVs. We be out there. Ain't no UAV been called. Already called us. We're the other one. You on the street, you on the new street, that Looper gonna come in. I swear to God. Everything else, using recon tracker, he's a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Quartermaster, that's for grenades. Sarsley for that might be for field upgrade. But Tac Sprint, I want to see how this works. I want to see how using Tac Sprint work. Because you're gonna have to pick. But the only one in this thing that niggas might really use is either Quartermaster or Tac Sprinter or Looper. That's really it.
Ones here. Tac Sprinter obviously being something that allows you to tac sprint. Looper allows you to gain the ability to re-earn score streaks in the same life, looping those around. Charge Link will allow for faster field upgrade charge rates, but also grants that benefit to your team allies as well, and you'll earn additional score when nearby allies to you used their field upgrade. And Guardian will allow for faster healing while capturing and holding objectives, and you can revive down teammates faster in the event of game modes that have reviving. Now, your combat specialties, you think of the system from Black Ops 6, it is returning in Black Ops 7 with a slight twist here on this. Instead of needing all 3 perks, or 3 over 4 perks if you have perk greed active, instead of having 3 perks needed in the same classification, you can end up only needing 2 for a hybrid specialty. The 3 still exists, which we'll get to in a second, but the hybrid specialties are new in Black Ops 7. However, that 2 is a stipulation of these perks only being a part of 1, 2, and 3. Your perk greed slot no longer counts towards a hybrid specialty. So you end up having the hybrid specialties of Scout, Tactician, and Operative. Scout is an offensive and stealth hybrid where when you get an elimination with a bullet, you stay completely hidden from enemy minimaps for 5 seconds, and additional eliminations during
the... You know that shit. I was going to looper every class, so that means I'm gonna definitely have a... I might have like triple red. I might go like triple red. Nah. Can't do that. Ninja. Need that shit. Or either Ninja or Ghost. Depending on if my teammates giving us streaks, I might have to flip them too. So I might have to definitely go to a different class. So I might remember all my classes gonna be different, but Looper, perk grade, Looper gotta be in there every time.
Period, reset that timer. So if you get another kill at like 3 seconds on that timer, it goes back up to 5 seconds. The Tactician hybrid specialty is a support and offensive hybrid where when you earn assist, you earn bonus score from bullet eliminations for 10 seconds, and your Operative hybrid specialty is a stealth and support hybrid. So meaning you earn your field upgrade charge from...
Do that mean we get
hybrid special?
What? Do that mean we get our own kills? Like... Ain't no nigga cherry picking off my bodies.
You get another kill at like 3 seconds on that timer, it goes back up to 5 seconds. The
I need to rehear all this shit.
In Black Ops 7. However, that 2 is a stipulation of these perks only being a part of 1, 2, and 3. Your perk greed slot no longer counts towards a hybrid specialty. So you end up having the hybrid specialties of Scout, Tactician, and Operative. Scout is an offensive and stealth hybrid where when you get an elimination with a bullet, you stay completely hidden from enemy minimaps for 5 seconds, and additional eliminations during this period reset that timer. So if you get another kill at like 3 seconds on that timer, it goes back up to 5 seconds. The Tactician hybrid specialty is a support and offensive hybrid where when you earn assist, you earn bonus score from bullet eliminations for 10 seconds, and your Operative hybrid specialty is a stealth and support hybrid, meaning you earn your field upgrade charge from stealthy eliminations and suppressed weapons, melee eliminations, and eliminations while out of the line of sight, along with other cases count as stealth elims. But that said, that's your hybrid specialties, but that doesn't mean that we end up losing the ability to have all 3 as a main specialty, your core specialty. You still have the Enforcer, Recon, and Strategist specialties coming from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7. Now, one big question mark still that comes along with this is, does perk greed count towards that sort of overall major specialty, the core specialty? Because that doesn't seem to be clarified within this blog post.
Probably not.
But requiring all 3 is something that may force your hand to get that better bonus, to get that sort of more core class set as they're going for. So I'd be curious to see if that's something that is the case. That'll probably be cleared up at next when we actually get hands-on with the game. But the Enforcer combat specialty is the same. Recon is a little bit different where you see the closest enemy on your minimap now. It's no longer the sort of oracle ping from COD Ghost that allows you to see the outline of enemies players through walls for a little bit, and the edge of your HUD will pulse with enemies outside of view while leaving no death skulls. So that part still is the same, but you also have a little bit different of a strategist core specialty where it increases score for objectives and sabotage. You deploy equipment faster, but you can also see enemy content through walls for a short period of time. So those are your combat specialties. Honestly, I quite like that they're introducing a hybrid system here, offering more ways to get benefit for how you want to play. I'm just curious again if perk greed does play effect into the core specialty or not. Next, overclocking. This is something that at a baseline, we won't go too far into it because there's so many things that do have overclocks available. We'll touch on that at a later point probably, but overclocking is going to be something that is applicable to tacticals, lethals, field upgrades, and score streaks. Basically what this is, if you remember back to Advanced Warfare, you could customize things like score streaks. You could end up having longer durations for UAVs or something like that, or reinforced health on specific things for those streaks. It's essentially that type of stuff. You have 2 overclock options for those tacticals, lethals, field upgrades, and score streaks that will provide a variety of different gameplay upgrades or deviations from what they normally do at their base. These can be applied and then activated in-game. But in the interest of time, again, we'll probably touch on those in a deeper dive later down the line. Wildcards you do end up having returning, of course, with a Black Ops game. You have Overkill, Prepper, High Roller, Fly Swatter, Tac Expert, Gunfighter, Perk Read, Danger Close, and Specialist. These, of course, all being some variation of something we've seen already. Overkill allowing you to take another primary weapon, or they detailed if you do want to take 2 secondaries, you can use it as an underkill as well, where you can take 2 pistols. Prepper being something we saw in Black Ops 6, allowing you to take 2 field upgrades. High Roller allowing you to equip a 4th score streak. Fly Swatter allowing you to take a launcher in place of that dedicated melee. Tac Expert giving you more tactical benefits. Gunfighter allowing you to have 3 additional attachments, upwards of 8. Perk Read allowing you to take a 4th perk. Danger Close allowing you to spawn in with an extra lethal. And then Specialist allowing you to earn perks instead of score streaks. You'll end up getting an additional perk at 200, 400, and 600 score, and then at 1200 score overall. All remaining eligible perks are granted to the player.
I like that's in the chart. Yeah, in the chart. I ain't gonna lie. Having that back, I don't know why I'm pulling my lips so goddamn heavy right now.
When equipped. And finally, when we talk about create a class and things like that, the firing range is of course returning, but one difference is that you now have the ability to change your attachments directly inside, which is a nice quality of life change. Again, grand scheme of things, it's something like, well, why did it take so long to do this? But whatever the case, it's nice that you're not going to need to bounce back between create a class menu, firing range. Create a class menu if you don't like a certain attachment, firing range. Create a class menu if you don't like an optic, firing range. That kind of stuff. So nice to see that type of adjustment being made as well. Before we jump into some streaks and modes and things like that, let's talk about some Omni movement and innovations for Black Ops 7. Wall jumps, of course, are going to be something that are a part of this, where wall jumps can be chained together upwards of 3 times, but each sequential jump ends up having a loss of momentum, keeping the balance a little bit of that pace. You have optional tac sprint, again, no longer by default, and you also now have a grenade body shield finisher. So where you could take an enemy hostage as that body shield on Black Ops 6, you can now attach a grenade to them, push them away, get the kill on either that player, or if you can push them into a group of players, get a multi-kill out of that. Honestly, thinking about that, that's probably going to be something that is a part of the 100%er grind, which don't know if I'm looking forward to that, but anyways, that's going to be here in Black Ops 7. Streaks, you'll end up having the Scout Pulse, RCXD, UAV, Skewer, Care Package, Counter UAV, LGM, Napalm Strike, Sentry Turret, Hellstorm, Hand Cannon, Gravemaker, Dog, Interceptors, Watchdog Helo, HKDs, the Rhino, the VTOL Warship, the Harp, the EMP systems, and finally, the Legion. So you're going to have a lot of different returning and classic score streaks coming back, like your VTOL Warship, very much so looking forward to that coming back. The Legion is your Swarm from Black Ops 2, so very much so looking forward to that as well. And then for multiplayer stuff, let's talk a little bit about modes. The first thing they detailed was,
hopefully the streaks are good. If a nigga drops some Swarm on me, let him go crazy. That don't happen. That's my teammates giving it up, or I'm literally having a bad game, or I'm trying to do some stupid shit. But yeah, bro, please let the streaks be good, gang. Please let the streaks be good, bro. If a nigga drop a VTOL on y'all, he deserves to go crazy. I don't care if that shit out of the care package. You let that nigga get the care. First you let him get the care package. Then you let him call the care package in. And they tell you when a nigga about to call the care package in. Then you let him get the care package. And then you let him call in the street. So either you gonna have to run cold-blooded, LMG, not LMG, yeah, LMG, you can do that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Rocket launch, get the shit up out there. Or be good at the game and not let him get the street. Please, oh shit. Please let the street be good again. Please.
Was a new mode called Overload, which is one of those modes that we ended up playing back in August. And while still technically I can't talk about initial impressions or anything like this just yet about what we played then, what they described is it's kind of like a little bit of a deviation on Capture the Flag. You have that central objective that you have to deliver to the other team's zone, but instead of a flag, it's the overload device. So thematically a little bit different. And one thing that I did actually really like about this is I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I mean, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler. In grand scheme of things, pretty harmless when describing the mode itself. The one thing that I did like was that if you're tied at the end of the countdown timer of round 2, instead of starting an overtime actual round, you end up just playing out the rest of that round with no respawns. So it comes down to a tactical kill-based mode while also still trying to get that objective to the enemy location or zone. So cool little twist on how you end up whittling it down from an end game perspective, but that is the key sort of marquee mode they're bringing to Black Ops 7 that I think is actually pretty good. Again, all in theory, because I can't talk about specific impressions just yet. You also have Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, and Hardpoint, all available in the beta. Search and Destroy will be there, though they did say it's not in the beta explicitly. There is one disclaimer, though, that says other modes during the beta and including during launch, but are not limited to. So it's possible Search and Destroy could be coming in the beta, but just not listed initially. Then you have Gunfight with Kill Order and Control also coming along. You also have those Face-Off, Domination, Team Deathmatch, Kill Order, and Kill Confirm modes. And then Skirmish is that other sort of marquee mode that you'll have for Black Ops 7. This being the 20v20 mode that is played on larger map locations from Avalon. So you're going to see parts of that map included in the multiplayer experience. So this is larger scale combat, objective focused. We'll see how that plays out. Besides that, that is the core multiplayer experience that was actually revealed as of today. We do have other things like calling cards, events, challenges, all that kind of stuff that we can talk about. But in the interest of time, we'll talk about those in a separate video tomorrow, the next day, whenever we can get around to it this week. That there is still honestly a lot of cool stuff that is in all of this, but it's just, I still think the biggest thing is getting past that entry point of, is this worth $70 for players? If you didn't like Black Ops 6, if you didn't like what we saw the last couple of months, is this enough of a turnaround for Black Ops 7 to be worth it to you? That is all subjective.
COD niggas gonna buy. We bought MW2, knowing that shit was gonna be garbage. We bought World War II, and that shit was garbage. We bought 2019, and that shit was garbage. All right, let's look at this game, bro. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Black Ops 6, good gameplay, bad execution with maps, spawns on the map. And then what else? Oh, content. That's it.
I can't say yes or no, but it is definitely a tall hurdle that they've created for themselves, despite having, honestly, a lot of cool stuff here, being learnings and progressions from what we saw out of this past year. We'll talk more on that later in the week again, in a sort of like overall impressions type of thing. But for the time being, all I can say is, if you enjoy looking forward to this game, more power to you. If you don't care for Black Ops 7, you want to play Battlefield 6, more power to you, dude. Gaming is absolutely one of those things that in the world right now, we live in a crazy time. Just play whatever makes you happy, man. That's what gaming's all about. Enjoying an escape and playing what we have fun with. So just, if you don't like this, don't dwell on it. Who cares? Don't like Battlefield 6, don't dwell on it. Who cares? Just play and engage with what you enjoy. That's all I got.
I wonder if you shoot that shit, do it like let you know a nigga shot it like Mirage off Apex? That's what I'm wondering. But I'm gonna have fun on all these games. I told you, my loop of games is deep as hell, nigga. From Apex, or I can go back to play Apex too. Or, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about the survival arc. I'm talking about arc raiders, nigga. GTA 6 when that drop. The Ghost of Tsushima, Battlefield, Call of Duty, 2K, man. You feel me? My shit is steep as hell now, and I still got Diablo 4, all that. My shit is steep as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? When you're a real gamer, that's how your bag is. You know what I'm saying? Your bag deep when it comes to games. So I never get bored at all. Oh, I'm tired of this shit. I got something. But I'm rocking with everything I'm seeing, man. He ain't talking about the camos, but basically, I'm glad they did this. Camos, we went from 100 to 80. Shotguns, no longer headshots. Snipers, no longer headshots. Snipers is, you just gotta get a kill, so it's 80 kills to get all the, you know what I'm saying, all the shit. And then shotguns is point blanks. So let you know, I'll leave y'all on that note. But I'm out of here. I'm liking everything I see, bro. I'm gonna have fun as fuck. I'm fun as fuck dropping streaks. I'm dropping Swarm too. I might drop Swarm on beta. I told y'all now, I'm leading in, start trying my dick off, man. Every game from 2K, I'll be dropping 40 on niggas easily. But yeah, I'm out of here. Subscribe, like, share, man. Yeah.